Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the sincere, the non-judgmental, the completely well-read Dr. Yukon Suckit. That's right, Yukon Suckit. And I am broadcasting to you today from my underground hidden headquarters. I think I said it differently, don't I? From my hidden underground headquarters. That sounds better. Deep in the hillside of the Colorado Rockies. And I am bringing to you a deck that I found over on MTGA Zone called the Rotation Proof RAKDOS Anvil. And guess what, everyone? It's that time again where we're going to talk about rotation. And we're going to start seeing tons of decks that are going to be called rotation proof, which is interesting. The one thing I can tell you about rotation proof is that everybody gets really wrapped up in it. But as soon as the actual deck, the set comes out, which the case is something about Dominaria, all these rotation proof decks, you're never going to play them then because you'll be playing stuff that's going to incorporate Dominaria into it. So trying to play the stuff that's rotation proof ahead of time, I don't know. It's just something to do. And it's good because, we have these decks. It's a good place to start. We're ready, and we can start plugging in these other cards in here, and hopefully they work, right? Because all of that other stuff that we have, all the stuff, I forget where the block is. I think it's from what's it called? I never remember the proper names of stuff. Anyways. Back a while ago, all that stuff's gone. No more Zendikar, no more Eldraine. Is Eldraine even around anymore? Maybe, I don't know. But none of that stuff is going to work. Now I can't. Eldraine's not around anymore. But yeah, Oko's way out of it at this point. Man, that's getting hard to remember. So anyways, here we are with rotation proof again. Let's take a look at what's inside of it. See how well it works, and then take it out onto the track and see how the deck actually works. At the low end, and there's a few cards here in the low end. I mean, if you take a look at this, once again, we got 1 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana. Nothing is more expensive than 3 mana. This deck is interesting because is it really supposed to be fast? Usually that's the only time you can play with things that are this low in mana. But I didn't think it was that way. So let's check this out. We got Experimental Synthesizer. It costs you 1 mana. It's an artifact, and when it enters or leaves the battlefield, you exile the top card of your library until the end of turn you may play that card. So therefore, it just gives you a card you can play. Let's see. Sacrifice it for 3. Create a 2/2 white samurai token with vigilance, and that's it. So apparently we're here just so that we can sacrifice an artifact and potentially get a some card draw out of it or something. All right. I thought this card was so much more. Then again, I've never played with it. I've always played against it. Always seemed like something cool was happening. We got the Unlucky Witness, and this is a card you would never see if it wasn't rotation proof, right? So for 1, you get a human citizen who's a 1/1, and when he dies, you exile the top 2 cards of your library until the next end step you may play one of those cards. That's very much like Experimental Synthesizer. Hopefully you got the mana to be able to play the things that are being exiled. We got Super Board of Voldaren Epicure. He's just standing around at his dinner party drinking blood, not really helping you out. Anyways, but when he comes into play, he deals 1 point of damage to each opponent, and he generates a blood token. Well, good for him, man, because I need those blood tokens. Other than that, this guy should just be sacrificed at your first convenience. We got Voltage Surge. Finally a decent card, right? Doing 2 points of damage, instant speed. You have the ability to sacrifice an artifact, which Voldaren Epicure pumps out for you, right? And this is an artifact as well. In which case you could do either 2 points of damage or 4 points of damage if you sacrificed an artifact. That is pretty good. There's plenty of artifacts in this deck, I imagine, so this should be good to go. Infernal Grasp, aka the Neck Snapper, costs you 2. You can destroy any target creature. You'll lose 2 life out of the deal. Sokenzan Smelter. He's one of those Kamigawa goblins. You can tell because they look all fraggly. Is a 2/2 for 2. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 1 and sacrifice an artifact, in which case you create a 3/1 red artifact construct creature token. That's a lot of words there. With haste. Look at that guy. He's pretty cool looking. 3/1, man, with haste. That is pretty sweet. So that's a good use of those blood tokens, is turning them into kick-ass, robot dudes with haste. I like that. All right, we got Oni-Cult Anvil. This is another card. Let's see what this thing does exactly. You see it a lot, but what does it actually do? Whenever one or more artifacts you control leave the battlefield during your turn, meaning that they've been sacrificed probably, you create a 1/1 colorless artifact creature token. This ability only triggers once per each turn per anvil, right? Tap it, sacrifice an artifact. Oni-Cult deals 1 damage to each opponent. You gain 1 life. All right, so there's a little bit of a ping thing going on here. You just got to be able to create as many artifacts as you can, and then ping, 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 20 times, and the opponent's dead. We got Bloodtithe Harvester. He's a 3/2 for 2. That's a great price. When he comes into place, you create a blood token, which we've seen. We are going to be using those as materials to merge into other stuff, to make into other things, right? Plus, this guy says you can sacrifice it to target creature gets -X, where X is twice the number of blood tokens you control. So this guy comes out for cheap. You got 2 of the blood tokens, then that means he can kill something that's 4 for toughness there. Some angels that might need that kind of killing, right? Meathook Massacre, board wipe. But it does a great job of every time something dying, and if it's a creature such as the ones created by the smelter there, then if your guy dies, your opponent loses a life. So it looks like we got a lot of pinging going on, like individual stuff. You think I would love this deck since I love that mono black tempo. Just got to learn how to harvest the pinging and then the life gain out of the deal there. All right, we got Fell Stinger. He has got Death Touch. He is a 3/2 for 3 and exploit. So if you can kill one of your own creatures, then you can choose a player to draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Usually you do it for yourself. Otherwise, then you have yourself a nice Death Touchy guy. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So he puts out a 2/2 red shaman creature. Then whenever he attacks, you create a treasure token. So there you go. They got another token you can sacrifice. The next turn, you may discard up to 2 cards. If you do, you draw that many cards. And lastly, you get Kiki Jiki, who you can pay 1 mana and tap to create a copy of some other non-legendary creature you control. I would guess that's probably going to be either the Bloodtithe Harvester or potentially the Fell Stinger. I guess you can create any sort of artifact. That'd be nice, and then you can sacrifice it and stuff like that. There's options there. It's not going to be spectacular. There's nothing in here that seems to be that spectacular. It's not like you're putting out like a, what is it, the Titan of Industry or anything like that, because doubling that guy is insane. This one, it's going to be, all right. We got Ob Nixilis. Now, this is another guy that likes to do casualty. So if you got like a little 1/1 that you can sacrifice to it, that's awesome. And then you can start making use of multiple Ob Nixilises, which is pretty good. I like how he forces people to choose between their life or discarding, because those are both things I want to get rid of on my opponent. Cards in their hands or their life. Either of those things are good. And finally, at the -7 form, target player draws 7 cards and loses 7 lives. All right, other than that, we've got regular swamps, regular mountains, Kamigawa swamps, which mills, and you can bring back a creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand. Sokenzan, which is a Kamigawa red that puts out a couple of hasty spirits. I guess. I mean, they're there for, I guess, sacrificing. They're not artifacts, so it's not going to help you out too much. We got some semi-fast lands, and we got this guy who can draw you a card if you choose to after you put it out, which isn't bad. I guess whoever put this deck together felt that being able to draw cards was a good idea. All right, nothing in the sideboard. That is your deck. Let's take it out to see how well it does. And we're playing against Diego, 1984. Wonder what's up with 1984? Are you the 1985th Diego? We got 2 mana. I am not a fan of that. I'm going to go to Mulligan here. And we still got 2 mana. Okay, I'm just going to keep it. We'll get rid of Voltage Surge. We got 2 of them. What a horrible, horrible way to go. You go from 2 mana, Mulligan, to get 2 mana again. That ain't cool. Three mana, Voltage Surge. We're just going to kill ourselves a Shukai Visionary. That's an instant. We're good to go. What does this say? As you enter the battlefield, of the top card of your library until the end turn, you may play that card. No, wait. Can I kill him with this? I can. All right, let's see what we got going on here. A land! That's not going to help us out too much. Ob Nixilis, huh? Whatevs. We'll go in there on a singleton. I'm not going to gain any life. I'll just keep up with the discarding. And here we go. Oh, I like the way they yell. What is that called? The Orb of... I forget. That was such a big deal back in the day. Sacrifice it to create a white samurai token. Activate only as a sorcery. I'm good. You gonna toss it? I know you're getting thin. Ooh, that's not good, man. That's not good. I still got 3 mana? Yeah, I can choose somebody up here. Nice. Who are we coming after there? Ob Nixilis or somebody else? Ooh, you're leaving Nixilis alone. I got a lot of what it takes to get around. What am I going to do here? Sacrifice an artifact. These 1 damage to each opponent, gain life. I was going to do it. I was going to do it. Alright, we're playing against chimneyphish. As in, like, a band member from the band Fish? Is that who we're talking about there? 3 land. Voltage Surges. Alright, let's keep it. Nice. All right, start off with this. This guy needs to come into play before anything else, just in case we get a land out of the deal. What is going to happen is we're going to shoot that guy in the head. All right, so this is fast. This is slow. Everything we need. Well, I don't have black, so this is probably gonna be what we put out next thing. It's disappointing. Exercise those chompers, really chew, chew, chew. All right, that's an instant. I'll have to hold out when he tries to ask his chariot. Okay, that's going to cost me 2. I can do Voltage Surge as an instant as well. We're done. We're playing a little bit of defense now. Touch the precious. So what's the deal? You think the precious is just the glass itself? Or do you think there's some sort of, you know, something in there? This guy is rocking it. Look at that. We got double wedding announcements, an Esca's Chariot, and a Celestis. I mean, come on. I think he's scared of the Death Touch. Yeah, those guys are a little much, unfortunately. Let's see what we can get out of this deal here. Ob Nixilis, huh? I need that Death Touch to act as a blocker, unfortunately. Taking out a cat. We're going to shave it, bag it, mark it with a B. No tax. Holding out a lot that Fell Stinger is going to scare away the Esca's Chariot. Probably take a bunch of damage right now. Oh, this is horrible. Where is that Meathook Massacre? How many do I have in this deck? Come on, man. 2. Maybe you need a little bit more than that. You can take it out. One of those guys. Yeah, can't play it. Let's take out a kitty cat. Let's see. So he's got 10, and then he's got 18. I mean, I cannot do anything to save myself around here. All right, we are. I'll put this guy out. That's 3. There, now you can block. Yep. No tax. Intern. All right, Infernal Grasp, you're going to keep me alive. He's going to come at me now, brah. Here we go. All right, that's 2 points down. I'm down to 14. He's just going to charge all in to double up. I'll start killing some stuff. And there we go. Ah, I knew it. I'm alive. Meathook Massacre. Yes! Ah, ha, ha, ha! Let's see. 2, 1, 2, 3, whatever. I'll just go for the whole thing. 5, right? Suck it! Huh. 1 billion life. There we go. He's got nothing and I got 18. Ha 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 ha! Alright, you're not playing it with a whole lot of nothing to crew that stuff. And these guys aren't pumping out dudes anymore. Oh, he's got a guy. I gotta try to kill that thing. What am I going to get? Yes! Nice. There we go. Yeah, this game's completely turned around now. I'm totally in control. Do I have to start killing Elspeth, though? That's ridiculous. Yeah, I think it's going to pop out some angels, if ever it's going to happen. Did they all come? Is that the deal? And we're dead. I can't say I've never seen it happen before, because it just happened. Look at that. 5, 5, 5s. That is glorious. Here you go. Nice. There, I got this. I got one. Here we go. Next. Just let it go, man. Just let it happen. Don't block it. No, no. There you go. Suck it. That's one life lost for you. Man, that is sweet. Look at that. 25 points of angelic damage. Oof. Alright, come on. Just let this happen now. Give me the sweet, sweet mercy of my impending doom. There we go. -8. Oh, that feels so good. The sweet void of non-existence. Alright, we're playing against Dstegesaurus. 2 mana. This deck loves to lay that one down, doesn't it? That's 2. That guy's 1. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Keep. One of the games I find is that I try to put out all of the fires on these candelabras here, and it's hard to do, to keep them all out. The amount of time it takes to come back around, one's usually relit. All right, there we go. Dstegesaurus playing Boros. Super kill. There's your 2 points of love. I'm down to 14. This guy's a bomb. You can take out up to 4. Anything with a 4 for toughness. Get this guy out, we'll have 6. And I'm just going to kill that guy. Have to tap him? I certainly do. Boy, these guys make Soren look macho. That guy is a giant wussy. Alright, what do we do? Unlucky with dies, exile top 2 to let me play those. Alright, whatever. Here we go. 1. 2. Are we doing all this with 3 mana? That's hard to believe. Okay. Super. Unfortunately, he was my bomb. I was going to use to kill anything big he put out. I haven't seen a Harry used in a long time. Alright, so that is a lot going on up there. 2, 3, 4, 5. I should probably go for base. Forget those guys up there. Let's go get that Stegosaurus. And number 2. Well, they can create cores for practically... I mean, it's positive to do that. That's crazy. Usually creating something costs a lot more than that. What do I got? I got 2... A minimum of 5 coming. Alright, I think I could do this by putting out the Meathook Massacre. And then if my dude dies, then that's it. Whatever, man. Because you'll block it, I'll get 3 in. One guy will die. It'll bring down to... It'll bring it down. Just don't get any life gain. That's what I don't want here. Alright, here we go. So this is going to come in for 0. Come in all for the attack. Absolutely. Exactly what I need. Come on up. And you're dead. Oh, you're not dead. You're just down to 1, huh? Well, I guess I got 4 dudes. Gotta sneak at least 1 past you. Even if you kill 1, though, my guy, then you'll die because of the Meathook Massacre. Just don't gain any life. That's what I don't need right now is life gain. And we win. Don't know. I mean, did he kill himself? Probably. And we're playing against Venjas. 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 I wish that was a name that we played with. We had more often. 2 mana. What is up with it? But we get to go first, so whatevs, right? Slow. Just because everything we have that's 1 mana is red. Alright, there we go. We'll put this guy out. He can kill the Fireblade Charger. Save the Voltage Surge for a stronger dude. But I know we're playing. I think we're playing Mono Red Aggro Goblin. I dare you shave my hair. Take a drink. Alright, so... man, everything requires red mana, though. I will just go ahead and kill. Kill. Spent 0. Nothing like pinning the other guy down with a little bit of control. Should I pop this? Let's do that. Still, I need a little bit more red mana. It'd be really nice. If we put another creature out, I'll probably have to Voltage Surge it. Yep, that guy needs to be Voltage Surge. Except for I need something better to be able to kill it, because I only do 2 with what I got going on right now. Let's put out this guy. So I think I like the idea of... God. Yeah, I can do a Fell Stinger. Getting me out the Death Touch. He doesn't really care. This guy needs to be dead too. Anything that's more than 1 mana needs to die in a fire. Pass. Take the damage. We're good to go. Alright, we got the red mana we were looking for. Let's start off with a Voltage Surge. Who are we going to kill? Sergio. We'll go ahead and take the 2 life. That's looking super. We got the Meathook Massacre, which is what we need against red aggro. Just got to let him grow his army there a little bit. Of course, we need a little bit more mana. I can kill anything that has 2, and he's got something with a 3 right there. Eek. Well, I got Infernal Grasp, a.k.a. the Neck Snapper. Ooh, that's looking good. Okay, I said kill all those dudes. Let's just start off with a little chomp, chewy chomp. Let's go for this one. Got our blood token, and mine as well, right? Nope. Don't fall for it, Dr. Suckit. They are trying to tempt you into doing things you're not meant to do. So I think that Meathook Massacre is going to be super cool. He's just trying to get me out of my life. That's not good. That one. That one's the one I hate. Alright, here we go. Time to Meathook Massacre. 1, 2. I'm getting desperate. I'm just going to go ahead and put this one out. Can I play land? Yes! It has haste. That's just rough. All right, here we go. Number 1, number 2. Activate the ability. I got 2 dudes. See, that hulking bugbear is going to die. Bloodtithe Harvester is perfectly fine for that. What are you going to go for with a direct instant spell? Yeah, you are. Unfortunately, I needed. Got a block. Need a little bit longer to give him the ability to tap. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm out of here. I'm going to gain, what, 1 life? I'm at -2. That's not going to help. Defeat! I'll ask you when this game's over. We're playing against, what is this? Unran. Unran, whatever that means. Alright, 3 mana. Woohoo! And it's red. We'll keep it. Those are instants. That's good. Alright, let's go ahead and play the experimental. See what we get. Perfect. What do I want to show them there? Voltage surge. Alright, here goes 3. We'll put down the Voldaren and the Blood Harvester. Alright, well my entire turn Nyx was just going to be Ob Nixilis, so let's keep them. And we win. Too much for Unran. Alright, so here we are at the rotation-proof RAKDOS Anvil. How well did it perform? It was so-so. I mean, it's an interesting deck. It has a certain amount of combo-ness that's working. I kind of like the little, you know, artifacts. You can sacrifice them to cause things to occur. A little bit extra damage, maybe create some little guys or whatever. But you know, it's not over-present at all. If anything, the one thing I felt like this deck needed was a lot more control. It was rough. I mean, if we're in here, we take a look at what we got for control. We've got Voltage Surge, we got Infernal Grasp, we've got the Meathook Massacre, and that's about it. Luckily, the Fell Stinger, meaning that he's got Death Touch, helps a lot. But other than that, it's a little on the, I don't know, it's the light side. It was hard to control what was going on. I wanted to wipe the board so much, and with only having 2 Meathook Massacres in here, it was rough. And I didn't feel like, I think we really need to get one of these things out just for its you know, enchantment abilities more than its board wipe abilities early. And I kind of felt like, well, number 1, I wasn't really getting it. But number 2, if I could have, I'd be worried more about trying to do board wipes with it. So it might be better in this deck to sort of ramp up the Meathook Massacre a little bit and cut back on something else. I don't know. There's only one unlucky witness in here. That'd be number 1. I don't know what number 2 would be. Maybe one of these Voldaren Epicures. You really don't need 4 of them, do you? Right? That might be a good mix. One thing I also noticed is that the amount of lands always sucked. What are we playing with here? 23? That should have been plenty. But yet we were constantly only getting 2 lands to start off with. The good news, yeah, if you take a look, I was able to play with 2 lands a lot. It was not that big of a deal. But if you take a look at it, like that's just 1 land, this is 2 lands, and everything else is 3. So yeah, if you take a look at the average curve on it, it's 1.9. This is an incredibly cheap deck to play. No wonder why 2 mana managed to be able to play this deck the vast majority of the time. Who was the real winner here? You know, the guy that I felt the most safe with was the Bloodtithe Harvester. I like the fact that he came out, he would create those blood tokens, and then I had him in the, I just had him there so I can tap him to destroy something that was twice the number of blood tokens you had. And they were 3s for powers. So I thought that he was a pretty good clutch guy, which is kind of sucks if you think about it, because usually this guy is a gigantic wuss. But yet in this deck, he was making me feel comfortable, and I like that he was around. I like the fact that the Smelter would always ask me, hey, are we ready to start ripping apart those blood tokens? The problem is I wanted to keep them around so the Harvester had something to do. So it was one of those things where I kind of wanted to keep, play this guy out, wait, and then, kill something big. And then after he was gone, then I put out the Smelter so I can rip those blood tokens out to put out some 3/1s out of the deal. These would be nice to have out. I only had them in one game. They kind of hit a lot. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Voltage Surge were great, and plus I was able to sacrifice the blood tokens to be able to activate them for the higher abilities, which was nice. Trying to see what else in here was worth even talking about. I was praying for the Meathook Massacres. You probably heard me say that over and over again. Please, just a Meathook Massacre. Please, please, please. And one time my prayers came to fruition, and that was fantastic. I don't think I won that game, but still, it held it on for a few more turns. I went from whatever it was, 2 life to like 17 life in 1 turn. Plus wiped out all their entire side. So Meathook Massacre did its job. The lands are okay. A nice mix. So let's talk about this. Is this deck competitive? I'm surprised. I don't think of it as being very competitive. I'm going to say no, it's not. Maybe it's just because this is the rotation-proof version of it. Maybe the regular version that's playing now. I don't particularly like it because it reminds me too much of like the Black Cat Cauldron combo. It's not that, luckily. Maybe I should try playing the regular version. But yeah, it just seemed like this wasn't a great winning deck. It wasn't bad. It did all right. But, we're talking like maybe 50%. Secondly, was it fun? I don't know. I'll have to play it more to see if it's fun. It wasn't fun right off the bat, let's put it that way. And lastly, is there a theme? No, there's not a theme either. There's a little bit of themes of artifact creation and artifact usage. There's definitely a bunch of artifacts passing around, but it seemed more like it was like called Sacrifice the Artifact was the whole point of it. But the creatures didn't really work. There was nothing about them that seemed very thematic. So I'm not going to give it a negative because that whole sacrificing and creation of artifact thing is something. But it wasn't, tribal enough for me. I didn't feel like I was watching like a Boros or something like that. It was just sort of, eh. So altogether, with it not being very competitive, with it not being exceptionally fun, and having a half-ass theme to it, I'm going to give this deck a B rating, as in it's got a lot going for it, but it's mostly should be used as a deck that you build off of, that you add additional things to it. So, talking about this being rotation proof, yeah, great. You'll be able to take this into play post September. But what you're going to do is you're going to look at the cards that we get from the Dominaria set, and you're going to be putting stuff in here, because this deck definitely needs a little bit of help to make it competitive. So that's my review, giving it a B. I hope you enjoy this deck more than I did. All right, that's all for now. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the underground secret headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, I want you to have a great day. In the words of my people, word to your mother. Bye.